Hey, good morning, fuckers, and welcome to another day at the Daily BM. I have Mike with me. What's going on?
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening.
I do not know why. Your enthusiasm in the mornings is just great.
It's contagious.
It is super contagious, man. How many cups of coffee you had today? Just one?
That was my first sip of coffee this morning.
No shit. What, you just wake up?
Yeah. No, I've been up for about 4 hours. I've been up for about 4 hours.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah.
You got up early? You got up at 5:30?
Yep. I'm already a half gallon into water. I did a yoga session this morning, meditation, read a couple pages of books, took care of all the farm animals, took the dogs for a quick little walk.
Getting up early.
Took a
Farmer
shower. Yeah. I got up at 6, so maybe it was 3.5 hours. No, it's 9:30.
3 hours,
right?
Yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
you're probably already in the. Yeah, well, I mean, you've been up since 6, correct?
yeah. I was gonna say, I didn't get up at 5:30. It was like 6 o'clock when I woke up. That's when I get out of bed. Is 6 every morning, and then I get stuff done.
Do your cat? Now, I know we talked about this before, but I can't remember. But your cats cry at you in the morning to wake you up, or no?
No.
Yeah, mine does. So 5:30 alarm clock goes off.
They sleep in.
Yeah, 5:30 alarm clock wakes me up, no matter if I set one or not. So I watched a movie last night, since it is Fridays.
Right.
We're talking about Flix and shit like that. So I watched this movie, and it was called on the Netflix, and it stars Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney, and basically it's called Anyone But You. I just stumbled across it, but I guess it's new. But I just like, oh, okay, let me check this out and see what it is. It's it's listed as a comedy, but it's really kind of a romantic comedy. If you get my drift. So it ends like every other. So, okay. So guys, go click off the podcast if you don't want to know this, but if you don't give a shit, or hopefully you've watched it before you listen to this.
I haven't seen it, so
I'll give you 2 seconds. Well, I don't care, but yeah, I don't care if you've seen it or not, because you'll probably rip it apart knowing you.
Okay.
But 55% was the rating on the tomato meter from the reviewers. But on the audience, 1,000+ view verified ratings, it got an 87%.
Okay.
I happen to enjoy it. I thought it was humorous. And then at the end, I was like, okay, ready for it to end, kind of deal. But overall, the chemistry between the actor and the actresses, the lead roles, was actually pretty damn good. I thought they did a good job. There's some funny scenes that'll just make you laugh your ass off. But overall,
so what's it about?
So basically, you know who Glenn Powell is, right? The actor. He basically played Hangman in Maverick 2. Or I mean in Top Gun Maverick 2. He was the pilot. The end that Goose and him always had an issue.
Okay. Yeah.
He plays the lead role in this, and actually, I didn't realize he's fucking funny, man. I mean, he really is. Yeah, he's really funny. And then of course, unexpectedly,
so
Sydney
in Maverick,
Sweeney,
was he the guy that was kind of the asshole the whole time?
Correct. Yeah, he played the asshole, like the Val Kilmer.
He was the Val Kilmer replacement. Okay, gotcha.
Correct. And I thought he did a good job in Maverick too, playing that guy, even though his role was small.
Right.
But anywho, but in this lead role, he actually played it very, very well. So I was like, not expecting much because of what I saw in Maverick, because I thought, oh, okay, he had a small role, so maybe they just threw him into this film. But he actually, I thought he nailed it. He still has moments of playing an asshole, but the reality is he's not an asshole. So you just need to watch it. It's really good if you haven't seen it. But Sydney Sweeney was actually really good in it too. She was funny. But I don't want to tell too much of the gist of it, but it's worth the watch on the Brad scale. On the Brad scale, it's worth the watch.
So the Brad review is good. Check it out. Which means I will probably absolutely hate it and think it's the dumbest thing on the planet.
Well, here's the reason why you'll hate it, because you said Rebel Moon was fucking great, part 1, and it got a 21% rating from both.
Yeah.
And then hold on, I'm gonna make it even worse for you. Rebel Moon part 2 got a 15% rating.
Yeah. Well, that's because people hate Zack. That's because people seem to hate Zack Snyder lately. But I don't know.
Blame it on the rain.
I mean, I don't even know who takes the time or the energy to like write reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
I
Like
don't.
who are these people?
I know.
Like it's like the Yelp people of the world. You know what I mean? Like the people that are like, I'm self-important. Let me write a review of this restaurant because everybody cares about my shitty taste buds. You know, like
My shitty taste buds.
yeah,
Really?
pretty much. You know, it's like since when did you
Preach it,
become Gordon
baby. Preach
Ramsay?
it. No, keep going.
I don't know.
No.
I
I
don't
want to
know.
hear this rant. No, go. So the Yelps of the world and the reviewers of the world, where the fuck do they have time? Is what you're saying.
Right. I don't know. Like, are you like that? Like, do you like a minute you like do something, you're like, let me go online and write a review so that way I can tell the whole world my experience as far as like, you know, every single thing that you do. You know, I don't know, man.
Okay. I don't. Okay, so you're gonna make fun of me, but I don't really give a shit. So here's the thing, because you always make fun of me. I don't do it like right away. You know what I mean? So
Right.
let me when I think about it, because I am a Google reviewer, so to speak, for like,
I
but
know
I
you're
do
like a local. You're like what, like local legend or local like
I'm
connoisseur or
like,
like what badge do you have? Like
look,
you're
did you say local connoisseur?
something like that. I don't know. Local guide, local like
Local
Sherpa.
guide. Look,
Okay.
Sherpa, I am your local Sherpa. But I am I'm a local guy, but I'm like probably 10 reviews away from being like upper echelon. But here's my thing.
Mm.
When I review when I hold on, when I review, even if it was super bad, out of probably the hundreds of reviews I've done, right, about restaurants and things like that, because mostly it's about food when I go eat somewhere and
Right.
the experience. Even if I had a bad experience with like the cook, the food or the service, I don't take it down below like a 3. You know what I mean? Like I
Right.
stay 3 or higher because why should the whole entire restaurant take a hit if the service was bad by one individual, you know what I mean? But the food was amazing. Or even if the food was just average, I still feel like, okay, well that's a place of business, man. You know what I mean? So just give them a decent star rate because that does affect you on Google, And that's what I hate when
Oh
people give
yeah, of
like.
course.
That's why I hate when people
It
give
affects future
ones.
business. And then, I know of people that like, they write bad reviews just because they don't like the person or the place or their thing,
Correct.
and then they get all their little cronies to do the exact same thing even though they've never had an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, you got 10 or 15 bad reviews of someplace they've never eaten, and because they're trying to hurt the business. They're trying to tank the business for whatever reason. And it's I
So
don't
I
know. I
believe
don't
so I believe when you give a review, and if
yeah.
there's a negative part of that experience, you just put that into the body of the message, but do it in a very professional, not an asshole kind of way. That's just how I feel about it. Because I just feel like you don't get anywhere. You don't give the business a chance to respond and make it right. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I'll show you an example of what really changed my mindset. So I was probably 30 or 40 reviews in, right? And you know me, sometimes I'm triggered.
Mhm.
Any fuck you listeners if you think I am. But anyway, so I had an experience at a car dealership and I literally didn't give them an opportunity to make it right. Okay.
Right.
I immediately took to their Google, 1-starred their ass,
Right.
right? And I'm just being transparent here that I was an asshole. It was 100% I was the asshole. Looking back at it, hindsight being 2020. I walk into the service department, or I get a phone call first, right? Mr. Garrett, how can we, make this right? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, I said I was a little pissed off because they broke the little door in the center console and they just
Mhm.
placed it back in there and didn't tell me they
Right.
broke it. So when I
Right.
clicked on it, it opened up and snapped. Like it looked like I
Yeah.
broke it. And I was
Right.
like,
Right.
bitch,
Right.
I know that wasn't like that when I got there.
Right.
Long
Uh-huh.
story short, he calls me and this is what got me thinking about it. At the very end of the conversation when I got there to pick up,
Yeah.
my car, because they made it right. They fixed it,
Right.
no charge, the whole 9 yards. He looked me dead in the eye and he goes, could you do me a favor and please change your review? Asked me.
Mhm.
like point
Yeah.
blank to my face, change your review because I feel like you didn't give us an opportunity to make it right. And I kind of got taken back at first. I kind of looked like I paused and then I thought it and I went, this guy's absolutely 100% fucking right. And
Right.
I looked him dead in the eye and said, I will completely change my review. I was like, and on top of it, I will also write personally to set manufacturer / dealership a personal review of the whole process and how it was fixed and how I, as a customer, didn't give the opportunity and I failed to give them an opportunity to make it right, which they did and exceeded the expectation.
Right.
So I felt good about that. And then at the same time, I was like, okay, so future reviews, I need to stop and think before I react and get triggered. And I think that's what's wrong with people on the internet. They get triggered so hard that they go, this place is a fucking shithole. It sucks. This guy's an asshole. Da 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 da. And they gave no opportunity for the management to make it right, or the company.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, anyway, that's my soapbox.
I mean, going back to like Rebel Moon. So
I knew that was coming.
But here's my feeling on it. Okay, because it was very close to Star Wars, because it was originally pitched as a Star Wars idea. There's probably a lot of people that have issue with that because there's a lot of Star Wars groupies, that like freak out when anybody does anything that's even close to Star Wars. Same thing with like, Galaxy Quest. It was like a Star Trek riff, So people had issues with that because
but it was good. Just
But
kidding.
yeah, I still think it got a bad review though when it first came out. Like I mean, it became a cult classic because as more people started to watch it, they're like, "Oh, hey, you know what? This isn't that bad." And I think as a movie, in and of itself, like if you just watch the movie without any preconceived notions, it's not a bad storyline and it's not bad visuals. Part 2 was a little bit too Zack Snydery from directing and action sequences for my taste. Like there was a little bit too much slow-mo on some scenes and a little bit too much yelling, and like some of the combat didn't make sense to me. But I didn't enjoy the second one as much as I did the first one. And I'm not saying it's like the best movie of all time. Like I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to watch it over and over and over again. I'm just saying for a Friday night flick, sit back, grab some popcorn, and be taken away for a couple of hours out of reality. I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, I've seen way worse. I mean, the plot line was pretty cool. Like there's some redemption story in there. It has all the elements, and it has cool special effects and cool concepts, cool ideas, cool origin stories. I mean, I think the problem right now is so many actors and so many studios don't want to take any chances on stuff that's not canon or not sequels because they're afraid that the audience is gonna be like, well, it's like it's not like it's like Marvel, but it's like not Marvel, like it sucks because I just want to see Marvel. Like I want the exact same cookie cutter over and over and over again. Like we just need the hero and the heroine, and now we need a flip flop roles so that way the girl's in charge and make her look like a dude, and make sure she doesn't need the guys, and like she kills all the bad guys and she goes on and rules the
Make
universe.
her look like a dude.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Marvel's doing right now. I don't know if you've noticed, but I mean, that's like how the latest Marvel movies are. I mean, look what they did in the Quantumania with what's his name's I can't remember her name. Anyways, the one that plays the Wasp. What they did with her hair.
I mean, she was also in that
she was in Lost. I mean, that's where I know her from, and I can't remember her name, but like they really made her look very masculine in that role. And then they made the girl that's like 14-year-old like hypersexualized, which really bothered me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, I don't know. I feel like that's just the cookie cutter that they're going with right now. It's like, they did it. I mean, they did it in Rebel Moon too. So, the girl had long hair in part 1, and in part 2, she shaves her head and not just like, shaves it off completely for like military. Like it was like for me, like if I was going into war, I would probably shave my head completely.
It was
So that way
Evangeline Lilly is her name.
Yeah, that's her name. Yep. I would shave my head completely so there would be no handholds to grab onto, but I wouldn't cut it into like a stylish looking man cut, where it's like it looks like a pompadour, like she's wearing like a pompadour, like where she has the big hair up top and then the sides are cut real
Short.
close shaven and it goes into a V in the back. It looks like it's been stylized. And I'm like, okay, number one, how's she doing with the scissors? And no shears. And number two, it doesn't make tactical sense. Like it would, like I could see like she's getting ready, like she's doing a, Sigourney Weaver from Aliens 3. You know what I mean? Like let's go. It's prison rules, baby. It's
A
prison rules. Like,
Sigourney Weaver.
or a better reference would have been G.I. Jane, like with Demi Moore when she's going into boot camp. Like basic, like training. And she's like, all right, we're doing this. You know what I mean? Like that. Okay. It's like, all right, let's go. Badass,
So I have to ask a question before you continue.
Yeah.
With her shaved head, would you still slept with her? With Demi Moore?
Yeah. I mean, I think she's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, she's hot, dude. She's still hot.
Yeah.
God, dog, she's fine. Anyway, go ahead.
I mean, that's, like, obviously I prefer long hair. Like, I find that very beautiful and feminine. Like, I don't really like guys with long hair. Like, I don't know. Like, well, what I mean is like in an action movie and stuff like that. Like, it's harder for me to fall into the believability that this is the action hero when he's got like long ass hair. Because all I can imagine is, okay, you're in the middle of a fight and you grab somebody by their fucking hair and you're just ripping that shit out. Like, that's the first thing I'd go for if I'm in a fight with a long hair dude. I'd be wrapping my hand in there like a freaking nest and just ripping that shit out. Like he would be scalped. Like I'd be dragging.
In other words, you would fight like a chick fight.
Dude, I know. I would wrap my hands up, grab that shit, and hold it like I'm holding a fucking punching bag and just wail on him. Yeah, dude. Seriously, yeah. I'd be like, okay, I'm taking as much of this shit with me. Like this is my trophy. This is like my main, like literally, like scalp him like Indian style. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
you're gonna turn his hair into a fucking coat.
Pretty much, dude. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. That would be my goal. Would be like to wear that shit. And be like, yeah.
You'd have like his hair, like a collar, like a shirt made.
I'd be making that shit. I'd be making that shit into a bracelet and wearing it. Be like, vanquished.
Brace yourselves, winter is coming.
Yeah, turning that shit into a coat. Yeah, there you go. No, I don't. But
would you wear his skin too? Hello, Silence of the Lambs.
Hello, Clarice. Yeah.
Hello, Clarice. And a little bit of your brain would
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, if you were in a fight with somebody and they literally, like,
there's no fucking rules, man, ever.
And they and they bit a fucking chunk out of your like arm, and then they started chewing on it, and be like, fucking tasty. You'd be like, oh, there's a fucking problem with this dude. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if I want to continue fighting this because he's obviously eating human flesh.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm right there with you, dude. There is no rules to fighting. If you grab me and get me in a headlock, I'm gonna take a chunk right out of your rib cage, dude. I'm gonna have me a snack lunch. You know what I mean? I am gonna bite the shit out of you because there's no fucking rules. And then I'm gonna spit the shit right in your face. You know? I mean, that's just how I feel about it. There is no rules. If your arm is there and exposed skin and I need to get out, I'm gonna take a chunk out of your arm.
Yeah,
it's gonna get ugly.
Yeah, that's like if you got me wrapped up with your legs and I have an opportunity to punch you in the nuts, I'm unloading on your nuts. Like I won't stop.
Bite your ball sack off, dude. I don't give a shit. I will literally bite and hold on like a fucking. Like a T-Rex on your shit, dude. You'd be like, and I'm going.
You'd be more like one of those Diplosauruses, like the little cute ones that kind of run around. Yeah. You wouldn't be a T-Rex.
Yeah, and then my fucking fan spans out and I fucking spit your balls back in your face. Yeah, there you go, right there.
No, you'd be the smaller ones. Or maybe the Comptosaurus. Maybe that's what it was. The Compies. You'd be the little Compy that like jumps up on the tree limb. Like, with your whole posse of other
Why do I always
gotta
be something short or small? What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you always dogging me out for my size?
Because you're just a little man. You're just a wee guy.
All right, fuck you. We're out of here. Listen, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Listening to our awesome review of the Rebel Moon again. And also,
No,
though,
you brought that up when you
but
had to
yes,
dog it
I
out because
know, I
the
know.
movie you said it got an 88% love factor. You know?
Well, I said it had an 87%, 1,000 plus verified rating by people just saying they like the flick. But anyway,
Yeah.
if you want to see it, Mike's going to probably go see it because then he's going to come back and tell me what a fucking moron I am next Friday.
I'll watch it.
So anyway, it's called Anyone But You.
It sounds sappy. It sounds sappy and romantic.
It is
like
at the end. It's your typical love comedy. Let me put it that way.
I'm gonna fall in love with anybody other than you, and you're gonna prove why you're awesome. But then the chick is probably like super hot, and like it's like it would make no sense in reality why you wouldn't pick this chick.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think right before we go, let me add one thing. See, this is where I think 4D would come in theaters, because if she came around and she smelled like onions, or like some god awful scent, then it would all make sense. Like, why? You know what I mean? Like just like, oh, she looks good, but I can't do the smell. Like, I can't do the smell. You know what I mean? Like, that's the turn off. And then it shows like a shower scene, and she's using like a new body wash, and it's like she comes out, smells rosy, and like you get a new clean smell, and you're like, that's it. That's the missing link. She discovers the right pH balance for her deodorant, and it eliminates her onion smell.
Dude, you totally got the next. Hey, you totally have the next movie theater experience, man. Like they do at Disney and stuff.
They're already doing that. They're already doing the 4D. Yeah, they're already doing 4D. You can go. It's out there already.
I haven't seen them. I'm poor.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I haven't seen it either. I don't actually want to do that because I did one of those. But right for 2 more seconds. Did you ever sit in one of those rumble chairs in the theater that moves, and you're supposed to feel the hits in the movie, and it gives you like that experience?
Never done it.
It is the worst fucking thing I've ever done. You're sitting there for 2 hours, and it's literally like somebody's taking kidney shots the entire time you're trying to get into the movie. It's like it's like sitting in an airline on an airliner, and you have like a 3-year-old kid behind you, and all they're doing is like kicking you in the back of the seat, and you're like, God damn it, fucking stop. Shit.
Stop kicking my fucking seat.
I think, yeah, exactly. I think that they nailed it with surround sound. And then maybe some scents would be kind of cool. Like if they're going through a forest, you smell forest,
like evergreen or something.
Yeah, if you're walking through a fish market, you smell fish. Like that'd be kind of cool. But like getting punched in the kidney while you're trying to watch a movie, that's not for me. Like that just doesn't work. Like I don't want to feel the bullets. I don't want to be like, I want to see Keanu Reeves getting shot. I don't want to be shot like Keanu Reeves while I'm sitting there holding my Coke and my popcorn, and I'm like, you
know what's even worse? You watch a Bruce Lee fucking flick, dude,
and
all of a sudden the glove comes out of the chair, bam, punches you in the face as you're trying to eat your popcorn.
Complete interactivity. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, like
you walk out with a fucking black eye. Dude, it was the best movie ever. Fat lip.
So amazing. Yeah.
I'm drinking my Coke. This is fucking great, man.
You watch Rocky, and you come out, you're like, Adrian. You suffer brain damage.
Fuck you, Clover Lane. Fuck you.
Oh my God.
All right, time to go. Let's get the fuck out of here. We'll let him off the hook today. So anyway, go look at that movie that we talked about, Anyone But You. It's on Netflix right now. Again, that's Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. Check it out. 87% on Rotten Tomatoes. Mikey, actually, do you have anything before we get out of here?
Hey, everybody, have a great day. Enjoy your Friday and the weekend. And we will catch you Monday morning.
All right, guys. And don't forget, head over to thedailybm.com where you can check out all our socials. You can also like and subscribe and follow over on Rumble and on YouTube. And don't forget, for the bearded guy, MasonDangerCO.com. That's where you need to go and use the promo code DailyBM, and you get 20% off on everything in your cart. So don't forget to head there. And we will catch you guys on the flip side.
Have a good one.
Deuces.